Shining Ones, skills on the platform. This is the Oracle Weed Weekly for our water signs. Okay, I just shuffled the cards, and this what popped out for our water signs. Okay, water signs, we have Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Okay, now water signs. Let's get into it. What came out is the Sephiroth, okay, the symbol of Malkuth. Malkuth, which means kingdom, okay, water signs, kingdom, is the 10th sphere of the tree of life. While it appears at the bottom, it is actually considered at the top of the tree of life, okay. Malkuth also represents the realm of earth, a reflection of the realm of heaven, and a representation of the material plane of existence. While Yosod is a sphere that channels, Malkuth is a sphere that receives, be it energies, thoughts, emotions, or actions. This is the sphere that allows tangible out of the other spheres emanations. Okay? Let's touch on that for a bit, right? Let's go back. Malkuth represents the realm of the earth, the reflections of the heavens of earth, and representation of the material plane of existence. Malkuth is a sphere that receives, be it energies, thoughts, emotions, and or actions. This is the sphere that allows tangible out of the sphere's emanations. Okay? So when we look at Malkuth, which means the kingdom, right? This is the energy for our water signs to focus on. So being that the symbol represents the realm of earth, okay, which is the realm is a reflection of the realm of heaven, right? As above, so below. Okay? It's macro and micro, right? These are terms that shows you that you can't have one without the other. You can't neglect one aspect of yourself to enhance the other aspect of yourself. Once again, it goes into balance, okay? Because it's speaking about reflections. Earth representing, reflecting heavens, heavens reflecting earth. As above, so below. The inner, the outer, right? The higher, the lower self. Also, water signs, I'm going to encourage you to go take a look at the oracle read for earth signs, right? You'll notice that there's some type of correlation there. Everything's connected some way, shape, or form, whether whether people know this or believe it or not, right? Everything's connected. Nothing's a coincidence, right? Nothing is a coincidence. There's no such thing as a coincidence. Things happen for a reason. Also, it speaks of representation of the material plane of existence, okay? And it speaks of thoughts, emotions, or actions. This is the sphere that allows tangible out of the other sphere's emanations. So, tangible, emotions, thoughts, actions, right? We act on certain thoughts. We move on certain emotions, right? Okay? We take certain actions based upon those thoughts, based on those emotions, okay? Right? So we take actions based on thoughts and emotions. So being that the symbol represents kingdom, right? You want to think more in a higher capacity. Yeah, I know a lot of people don't really, especially these days and times, people don't really want to think. People, we're turning into robots in a sense, right? People are becoming robotic, right? It's just one motion all the time, same process all the time, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result, right? Which is called insanity. If you're doing something, water signs, over and over again, and you're not getting a better result, especially over, because obviously some things take time to, improve on. But if you're noticing you're not getting a better result from certain actions that you're doing, right? Following certain emotions, okay? You are taking those thoughts and emotions and you're acting upon them in a negative way, and it's not something that's going to actually help you or improve your life, okay? Or improve the lives of people around you, what's the purpose? What are you getting from it? Maybe some simple pleasures for the moment, but then what does that get you? Everything has a reason behind what is done and what's happening, right? There's a reason for everything, behind everything. There's no coincidence. Once again, I'm going to say this again. There's no such thing as a coincidence. So, when you take your thoughts and emotions, you do an action with it, it creates something tangible in your life, whether it's certain type of energies or, certain type of behaviors coming out of it. For example, right? If I decide to go out right now and just walk up the street and just run into a crowd of people and just start knocking people out, I gotta understand that's a certain energy I'm putting out, right? I can't expect for everybody to just yield to that. Somebody's gonna jump up and resist it. Like, what? If I go out walk to a corner and I see a bunch of people over there, or I see a couple people over there, and I just start knocking people out just because, just start walking up on people and just start hitting them, right? This is the first thing that comes to my head because, long story, but, when we were younger, we used to do a lot of crazy stuff. But nonetheless, if I could do that, I gotta expect that somebody is gonna want to retaliate. Somebody's gonna want to defend and not accept it, right? It's gonna be a problem, in other words. So I can use my energy to go out and be destructive, or I can go out and take that same energy and use it to communicate with people and give information that I know that people could use and go out in the world and accomplish great things. I can use it to destroy or build, right? Definitely water signs. Go watch that Earth read as well, because we tend to have more than one house in our charts. So we're consist of different elements. So definitely watch that Earth oracle read as well. All right. Let's move on. When Malkuth appears in your cards, you are reminded that all things are a reflection of the divine and of the grand design. And I said this in the earth reading as well. The scriptures teach that ye are gods, right? So, being that we are gods, it says this symbol appears in your cards. You are reminded that all things are a reflection of the divine and of the grand design. You are of the divine, men and women. Whether you're in your lower energy or your higher energy, you are of the divine. Now, there's higher gods and there's lesser gods. The question is, what are you a part of? Are you exhibiting energy of higher gods or energies of lower gods? That's why a lot of things don't go your way, because you are focused more on your lower energy. Being that you're focused more on your lower energy, that's why lower things happen to you. That's why you don't tend to reach but a certain level in life, because you're so focused on low vibing energy, your lower self. We all remember this, the angel and devil on one shoulder, right? Come on now, that's old. It's old commercials, right? The question is, who are you listening to? That's a symbol. It symbolizes who are you listening to, right? There's no devil. There's no in a sense, there's no angel, because you could be an angel, right? You could be a fallen angel. Now, don't get me wrong, they are considered angels, right? Now, the question is, are you more of like a Luciferian angel, or are you more of the higher angels, right? That's the question. So, what energies are you putting out? Okay? Food for thought. You are a reflection of the divine and the grand design. Higher, lower self. Micro, macro, right? What is as above is below. Why is this situation happening the way it is? So if you're questioning why things are not happening in your life the way it's happening, it's because you need to really sit back and meditate on what you're doing. Who's around you? Who are you listening to? Are you listening to higher energies? People you know that are higher vibing, or lower energies and doing basic things, right? The scriptures teach that Jesus said that greater works you shall do. In other words, Jesus is telling you that you and me and you and I are supposed to be doing greater things. We are supposed to be doing better things than him, Jesus himself. Right? We're supposed to be doing things greater than Jesus himself. It's in the scriptures. Just Google it. What scriptures says that we will do greater works? It'll come up. I don't remember the exact scripture, right? Because I know that the scriptures are useful and beneficial, but that's not the only book we should be focused on, right? Because there were several books across all so-called alleged religions, right? Everything comes from one place. All the different religions, it comes from one place. But nonetheless, you can learn something from every single book. There's jewels in every book, what religious book out there. There's jewels in them that you can apply in your life and improve your life. This is the lie that one religion is better than the other. That's the lie right there. It's all the books are pieces of the whole scope of things. You can get something from all the books. So take some time out and read different books, different religious books. You know? That's the separation. That's the separation of people, is the different religions, right? The different beliefs. That will cause separation in the world, right? Let's move on. Just to touch on the last bit of it. Be it energies, thoughts, emotions, and actions. This is the sphere that allows tangible out of the spheres emanations. While Makuth appears in your cards, you are reminded that all things are a reflection of the divine and of the grand design. Why is this situation happening the way it is, right? So if things are not going the way you would like it to go, it's because there's some that you're not doing right. You're not connecting with your higher self. Get out of your lower energies, move into your higher energies, and move up. And you'll see things start to change in your life. Now, there might have been some things that you've done in your past. You may have to pay for that, because this karma. If you've been living foolishly, that's probably not a word, but whatever. You know what I mean. If you're living foolish, doing foolish things, and you're getting foolish results, and things is not quite going ways, because you need to change up what you're doing. You can't do the same thing over and over and over and over again and expect better results. That's called insanity. You could be insane, and you may need to seek some type of counsel, right? Now, I do offer some type of counseling. Nonetheless, not at this time, but the email is in the description. If you want to, solicit some type of counseling, we can get into that. All right, moving along. Now, it says, why is the situation the way it is? If you look at the situation from a higher consciousness, are there ties to other situations? Once again, who are you listening to, right? Because if you're listening to certain people in your life right now, and you deem these people to be more knowledgeable than you, people that you can look up to, is your life going the way you would like it to go? If not, you need to reconsider who you're listening to. You need to take advice from someone else. You need to change your sphere of influence. You need to probably eliminate some friends and drop them off. Because you have to have 3 levels of engagements or friendships, right? Or relationships, right? You have to have people doing better than you. You have to have people on your same level. And you must have people who may be a little bit lower than you, but who are striving to get to where you are. Because if you're the biggest fish in the pond, you need to get out of that pond. Because you need to be able to learn something from somebody, right? Because if you're just pouring in people all the time, what do you have for yourself? Nothing, right? So you have to have that time for yourself to build yourself up before you can essentially help someone else. Let's go. If you look at the situation from a higher consciousness, there are ties to other situations. So there's definitely ties to other situations which causing things to not probably go your way, water signs, right? All things have a plan. And Malkuth reminds you to be patient, for all is as it should be in the grand design. Now, you can look at that several different ways. Yeah, you can sit down and just accept, okay, this is my situation, I don't have no control over it. Bull. You do have control, right? But currently, if you're in a situation, if you know you've been doing certain things, behaving a certain way, been getting certain results, maybe those results you don't like, right? There's things you're going to have to adjust. And it is what it is at the moment, but you can adjust it and change it by changing your energy, making the decision to focus more on your higher self versus your lower self. Okay? So, but that's it for our water signs. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it now. Um, so yeah, this is for our water signs for the weekly oracle read. Peace.